Hey, well, this is Zaccheus with another live word of the day, and I thank you for tuning in. If you're coming in for the first time, I thank you. If you've been consistently supporting me, I thank you as well. Well, on today's episode, I entitled it "When the American Dream Becomes a Nightmare." And as migrants coming in for looking for opportunities, looking to support their families, looking to make it in society, to add to society, it becomes that's your dream, that's your goal. You tell everybody back home that you're coming to America, coming to the US. You have aspirations and dreams to make it, to build up, to build for yourself, to live that American dream, build up, have a home, make money, send the money back home to your loved ones, and you're excited that you finally made it. The weather, 4 seasons you go through it, especially if you're coming to New York City, and you have big plans, and you tell all your loved ones back home that I don't think I'm coming back because I'm gonna make it right here, but I'm gonna send all your money. And the only come as soon as the new regime come in office, the president, all of a sudden now you gotta go back home. Well, join me as I dive in deeply, share my thoughts, share a scripture. I got some news clips to share with you as well on when the American dream becomes a nightmare. On today's episode with Zaccheus with another live word of the day. There's only one thing I should say the migrants should go back home if they're gonna cause mischief, trouble, cause crime, and don't add and be a not to be a menace to society, then they should go back home. If you come in here and you have opportunity to come here, because there are some people back home in your country don't have opportunity to come, but you get opportunity to come, and you're gonna cause crime, and you're gonna cause trouble and crime, all type of crime. You're gonna chaos and crime you're gonna cause. Then you deserve to be sent back home. But if you're coming to be an asset, not a menace to society, but an asset, you shouldn't go back home. And the thing is that, see, when you come here and you've been here for a long time, Donald Trump said he's gonna his deportation policy to kick to get rid of all migrants. Some migrants been here for years, and now they gotta go back home because they ain't got the right paperwork, but they've been living here for a long time with their families, and they gotta go back home. It's rough. It's very tough. But you see, my family we came here legal way, but during the Biden time, everybody was coming just opening the borders to let everybody come in. But the thing is that there are some families that have been here for a long time, and because they ain't got the paperwork straight, now they're asked to leave. That's tough. That's tough. And the thing is, the truth of the matter is, I'm gonna dig into history a little bit. America has a lot of blood in their hands, man. I'm telling you. With the Native American, yeah, I went there. Native Americans, because you see, the thing is that this is their land originally, and Mexicans are the children of the Native Americans. Let's dig into their roots. This land is originally the Native Americans, which this land, like Los Angeles, according to the history, belonged to the Native Americans, Mexicans. Yes, Los Angeles was a historically home to the Chamas and the Tongas, Native American tribes. So, and Mexicans, that's their ancestry, is Native American. They're related to the Native Americans. I just want to dig in a little history. Let's look at the Mexican ancestry. Primarily European Native Americans with some African ancestry. So Mexicans have Native American ancestry. Yes, they do. And they come back to the land and now be kicked out of their land. Kicked off to the land, kicked off their land. They go back to Mexico. This land was stolen. Stolen by the Europeans. Stolen. Black people work hard to build this country on their backs, and Mexicans been pushed into, and Native Americans been pushed to reservations. This land is originally Native American. Just wanted to share that little history insight. And because people like to come and say, well, no, let them go back home, let them go back home. No, know your history. Learn a little history, get some knowledge, gain some knowledge of some history. Yeah, gain some knowledge of some history. So I digged into a little history. So now, when you see people line up, crying, lining up to leave the U.S., it was sad, really sad to see that. And I'm gonna share some footage on that. Sad to see people lining up, crying, because all their promises was here, all the opportunity was here, and then now to see them line up, and now they gotta go back. It hurts. It hurts, especially when they was trying to provide for their family. They're trying to make a living. You gotta be a little inhumane to just laugh at that and just say, oh, just to kick them out and send them back home. Not everybody's criminals. Some people really come here to work and to provide for their family and seize opportunity.
Margelis Tinoco breaks down in tears at the Mexican-U.S. border. Her asylum appointment scheduled for today was canceled. President Donald Trump shut down a mobile app known as the CBP-1, which enabled Tinoco and many immigrants who sought to enter the United States through legal ports of entry. The website now says all appointments are canceled.
We have 31,000 people who remain in Mexico, had a way for people to sign up, walk through a line, be interviewed.
We asked immigration attorney Willie Allen what options exist for Tinoco and many more like her.
I'm not sure what's going to be the next approach. I am concerned.
Not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Jepsi Meletus, an immigration activist in South Florida, tells me her organization and many others began preparing for the executive orders announced today.
It's also important that our family members take every measure, every action that's possible to protect their assets, their children, and their interests.
She tells me they will be holding workshops for a wide variety of immigrants.
Unfortunate people that have already gotten into the process, that he's going to cut that off now. I don't think that's fair. If they were already, they should be grandfathered in. If they were already in the process of doing some kind of immigration legally.
Mixed reactions on Monday at this Cuban landmark where many of the president's supporters gathered.
We cannot have open border and everybody come in and they check him in and they have a pass and they send him to Chicago or New York.
And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country.
The first part of his inaugural address was dedicated to border security.
We will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
It's a great day for America. He said exactly what the American people voted for.
I think the word after the speech today for the immigrants is fear.
This issue is still breaking up families. It's still, I believe that people should stay. If they were grandfathered, then they should stay. It's not fair and it's not right. And of course, they have some people that's for it, 100% for it. They're happy. But the truth of the matter is, you're happy, you're smiling that they're leaving. But would you do the jobs that they do? These people, a lot of migrants can help build the economy up. America was built on migrants. It helped build the economy up as far as like working and doing jobs you wouldn't do. So the joke would be on you. The job that you wouldn't do, they will do.
Y creo yo que justamente hoy
I think that precisely today, when I have my appointment, when I have to turn myself into immigration in a legal way, it feels unfair that they are going to take away my legal passage, even though I know and understand that President Donald Trump is coming with strong measures. But I think it is unfair after we spent so much time waiting in Mexico, and now they say we can't enter.
Yeah, to be waiting there all that time in Mexico to see to try to enter, and now you can, and now disappointment. Now have your paperwork canceled, your documentation canceled. Imagine you waiting so long to enter a place, enter a country, and you sacrifice, gave up everything. Maybe you had a job back home, maybe you had something that you was doing back home, but you sacrificed because you wanted more opportunity just to be turned down. Just put yourself in their shoes for a second. Just put yourself in their shoes for a second. How would you feel if you was standing there intense with your children and your family in Mexico, intense, just intense. You live in tent with shelter. You stay put and you just taking all that time only to be turned away, only for disappointment to come your way. Leave a comment. How would you feel? And all most want is a break to feed their family, send money back home to the extended family. That's all they want. No trouble, no hassle, just a break, just to be an asset to this economy. And disappointment comes their way. And some don't have it good. Don't have when they go back home. It's not good. Some countries are really not good with the unrest and the turmoil and the troubles and the poverty that they face each day. It's not good. Opportunities is far in between. It's very little opportunity, and sometimes there's no way out. You're just stuck, and you feel that you're just going through the motions, and there's no way out. So when you finally see opportunity. Don't get me wrong, America is hard work, but it's better. They want to hustle here. It's better here than where they come from. They want to make moves here. They want to seize opportunity here because it's very little opportunity in certain countries, and each day in certain countries, your life is at risk. Because a lot of us migrants, we come and we add to the society, we add to the economy, opening businesses, starting a business, um, building for our families, and all of this we add. Not everybody is coming to cause mischief. Some of us are building, want to build the economy up by adding bringing our own culture, and open a business. keep it going for our families. And it's a great thing when they come to do that. But to send everybody back home, I don't agree with that. Especially a country like Haiti. What do you have to go back to? When they deport you and send you back, what are you going back to? What are you going back to? Death? What are you going back to? There's no there's no opportunity there. There's no future. There's no future. In some countries there's no future. And the very opportunity you get to come, you get sent right back home. What do I have to go back to? That's the question. What am I going back to? No future. What am I going back to? No future? My kids don't have a future? My family is hoping that when I arrive here, I give them a little hope. And that hope is taken away because a new regime is in town. That hope is taken away because a new regime is in town and I have nothing to show for it. I went all the way. Seemed like I went all the way to the land of opportunity. Now the opportunity that I once was dreaming about and I finally made it. That dream became a nightmare. Now I'm going right back to where I started from. With no future, no hope of opportunities, struggling, don't know if I'm gonna eat, don't know if I'm gonna live to see the next day. My kids don't have a future, and you send me back. And when the kids don't have a future, the country don't have a future. So when I come, I seize every opportunity. But you know what? You lump everybody as criminals. And I didn't agree with Donald Trump when he said all the criminals are going back. Closing borders. Okay, send all the criminals back. Seize them and deport them, send them back, right back. But not the hardworking people with families that just want to come to be an asset. Not a menace to society, but an asset to society. To add, to build the economy. That's why I call it the American dream becomes a nightmare. Now, the live word of the day is coming out of Hebrews chapter 4, verses 16. Let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in a time of need. So let us show mercy. Let us show grace. And remember, just for a little second or for a few minutes, put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in their shoes for a minute. I know some of you not gonna do it, but try that sometimes. But this is Zaccheus with another live word of the day. God bless and be safe out there. And if you like what I shared, smash that like button. Also subscribe to my channel, Zaccheus Gospel. I still got more coming. Peace and blessings and be safe.